Guys, Madden 23 is just about here. And it's time we start talking about how to make coins. Last year, we capped out with 75 million coins. We didn't use any glitches or anything like that. It was just simply knowing how the market works on a whole level. And I have a tool that you guys can use to make this a lot easier. The biggest thing is knowing when to buy cards and when to sell cards early on. The ones that I want you guys to pay very, very close attention to are high overalls and rookie premieres. I'll show you why. This little sheet is our Madden 22 price guide. I do have one for Madden 23. The link is in the description down below. This gets updated daily. I track so much data throughout the year on the trend of prices, when to buy and when to sell, and I break it down and make it easy for you. Now, when you take a look at this sheet, you're going to see the overall here, selling at, buy under, TPS, and TP cost. So what this is the overall of the card. Obviously, makes sense. Selling at means that if you go onto the auction house and you search for 80 overall cards, this is what they are selling without filtering any lower than just the overall. Buy under is the price that you want to buy the cards under. So everybody knows that if you sell a card for 3,900 coins, there is a 10% tax that you pay when you sell this card. So if you sell for 3,900, you're actually only going to get 3,510. So the goal is to buy overall cards under the buy under price. So say you bought this card at 3,000, you're going to sell it for 3,900. In return, you'll get back 3,510, meaning you would profit 510 coins. I know that doesn't seem like a lot. This is just an example. Trust me, this gap is much bigger early on in the year. These were the beginning prices at Madden 22. 80 overall cards were selling at 11,500. We were buying them under 10. Very often, we would be able to snipe these cards for 4,000 or 5,000 coins, making 6,000 to 7,000 coins per card. So grab this tool, save it to your favorites. We're going to use it all year long. This was also the platinum card quick sell values. So if you were going to grab a platinum card, or if you saw a platinum card on the market and you weren't sure if it was a good buy or not, this had the quick sell values. If we have platinum cards again in Madden 23, we'll update this as well and have those on there. The TPS, this is the training point value for a card. So last year, 80 overalls, quick sold for 110 training. The new values will be updated on the sheet, and the training point cost is how many coins per training it would cost you. If you're buying 80 overalls at 3,900 points, it was costing you 35 coins per training to buy that. This number, you want the lowest. If you're trying to buy training for something, the lower this number is, the better value it is, right? 1.47 was a good price. That meant for every coin that you sold, you were getting back 1.47 training. I know it can be a little complex if you're not a math guy like me, but that's why I put the sheet out, so you just know that it's easy. The lower this number, the better. There's a couple key tips when it comes to early on coin making. Number one, remember that day one, no one has any coins. If you have some good cards that you want to sell, you're going to want to wait a little bit of time. You need time for the community to go out, start playing solo, start playing head to head, get some rewards, open some packs, so then they can start getting coins. Everything on this market is supply and demand driven. Early on, there is a small amount of supply, but the demand is also super low, not because nobody wants them, but because no one can afford anything higher than that. So as people get more coins, the cards typically go up in price. Last year, though, we had a little bit of a surprise. Platinum card bundles were available in the store on day one, meaning that there was a bundle with guaranteed platinum cards that quick sold for a good amount of coins. You could open up a bundle and get 200,000 coins out of it. So that changed the market a little bit last year. If we go back and take a look at low overalls, you can see here in the first week, the prices didn't really change at all, right? They started out 12,000. The highest they got to was 12 days later at 14,000, but then right back down to about 12. Early on, 12 is not too bad to sell at. If the platinum bundles come out again, you'll see this again, where the cards won't really dip off because people will have coins on day one. But this is not true for every overall. The higher overall cards, specifically the top 3 highest overall cards in the game, actually had a very different trend. Because these cards were more rare and people had to spend bigger chunks of their stack on them, by the time people wanted to go buy them, they ended up costing more. You can see 86 started at 51,000, went down to 49 to 47,000 because people were getting on and buying more stuff and opening more packs. But then as that supply kind of dried up, you can see them go all the way down to 71,000 coins. This went up 20,000 coins plus per card for 86 overalls. Granted, those are going, this is expensive. This is hard to invest in early on, but just know that if you pull an 86 overall card, an 87 overall card, an 88 overall card, you're not going to want to sell immediately. You're going to want to wait about 2 weeks for people to get coins and dive into the game. Look at 88 overalls. Started at 95, dipped down to 88, came right back up, then eventually 12 days into the game went up to 138,000 coins. Simply by waiting a few days to sell that card, you can sell it at a much higher profit. There's also specific cards I'm going to talk about because there's some that kind of go against this trend a little bit. Rookie premieres. Here's what happens. Day one, everybody gets the game, they open it up, and they go out and pick their rookie premieres, including their auctionable ones. There's a good chance we're going to earn one also from playing some challenges or completing some sets, but there's a very limited supply of these cards. Typically, as the days and weeks go on, last year we saw rookie premieres skyrocket in price. This is the price chart for Jamar Chase last year. So ignore the first day where he was at 500,000 coins. Nobody was buying or selling that card at that point. But by day 2 and 3, you can see he got all the way down to 183,000 coins. And then as supply dried up and demand went up because he was such a good card, he went all the way up to over 300,000 in just the first week. You will be sick to your stomach if you miss out on 120,000 coins early in the season simply because you sold on the first or second day instead of waiting 3 or 4. That being said, some rookie premieres are going to cost very, very different prices. Typically, it's going to be guys with speed and high agility that are going to play well in the field that are going to go up in prices. So your fast corners, your fast wide receivers may go up first, but don't discount your offensive linemen. As a whole, offensive linemen and fullbacks are typically way more expensive than just the overall of any given card. If 84 overalls are selling at 30,000, there's a good chance that a right tackle is going to sell for 45,000. So as you're opening up cards, when you go to sell them, also make sure you're looking at the individual price of that card, because that position or that player who may go into a different set may cost a lot more than just that overall says on the spreadsheet. So check every single card. Remember, that spreadsheet is just that overall with no other filters on it. The first 2 weeks in Madden are the easiest to mess up on a huge amount of profit. Save that price guide to your favorites. We're going to update the Xbox and PlayStation side every day. There's so much data there on the backside. Just look at the front page. It's going to tell you what the prices are to start sniping cards at. And follow me over on Twitch, where we're going to do this live every single day. We'll show you guys how to filter down, find the best cards to snipe, find the prices to sell at. I promise you, it is not hard to be a MUT millionaire, or even just be priced out of the game by October like I used to be. I would log in and see cards that were worth 200,000-300,000 coins and have no idea how to get there without spending a bunch of money, and it would really drive me away from the game. And I learned how to work the market and went, oh, this is actually really easy. Now I can buy literally whatever I want, whenever I want, and always have the top card without having to spend a bunch of cash.